What's going on, everyone? This is Michael Stewart-Isaacs.
And this is Shemekka.
And this is your next edition of Sunday Stacks. Yes, Sunday Stacks. We are back. And yes, better than ever. We are feeling good. Sunday Stacks is the show that just makes you want to feel great, make you want to feel like things in life are just going the way you planned it. We are not the sad story type of platform. We are the platform that's only going to bring you bright sunshine, rays, rainbow, whatever you need to feel good. Sunday Stacks is here for you. So we are back in full effect and feeling good off a phenomenal week of excellence and pursuit of productivity. So as we always check in, we want to thank our partners at the Alive Podcast Network for this broadcast, just allowing us to touch more people and really connect with Sunday Stacks. So we are grateful for the growth. We also want to make sure you all check us out. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. We definitely appreciate all the engagement that you all are bringing to us here at Sunday Stacks. We really know that a show like this is needed, and it's a refreshing treat for those who really want to know that everything that they're doing in their life is making sense week for week. And that's what we're here to do, is just make sure you connect, particularly to family, community, and company, So Shemekka, of course, we're powered by I Am Brilliant. We make sure that we get out here in the community. I Am Brilliant is our production company where we just kind of bring a new kind of tone to media and make sure that new stories and new communications are being put in the world. So, as we continue, we've been building on our I Am Brilliant tour. A lot of great things are happening. Before I go in on all of that, I have to take a moment to say shout out to the fathers out here today. Today is Father's Day. Yes,
Happy
June
Father's
16th,
Day.
Father's Day. We are here. And I am grateful to be a father. So to me, just like Mother's Day, Father's Day is a day to just honor not just yourself, but that of what you produce, which is your children. So shout out to all of my children that make me a father. And I appreciate everything that you have done in my life to continue to grow me as a man. Being a father is a different kind of experience, y'all. Can I tell you, it's a different kind of experience because it tests your patience in ways like you've never been tested. I know some fathers out there give a lot to their kids. There are some neglectful fathers out there. But just being a father that's there for your child and making sure that, they grow you just as much as you trying to grow them, because they help you mature. When I was a father and I first was having my first child, I was young, immature, still kind of in that thugged out back in the days kind of mindset. If you grew up in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and then to be a father and I had a girl, it just changed my heart and changed my whole world. So, shout out to the fathers, the girl dads, the men out there that are really trying to foster good kids in this world, because you know what you've been through. So shout out to you for what you do. And
shout out to you for what you do. You are an example of what's possible. You have bonus children. You have children that you birth, and the nurturing nature, I would call all the TV dads rolled up in one comes through, whether it's tough love, whether it's coaching, whether it's taking care of the boo-boos and the owies and just giving love. You're such a caring, thoughtful, considerate man, and I thank you for being the father of my children, the chief daddy in our house, and we appreciate you and are happy to celebrate you every day, but most significantly today, we want to lift that up to you so you remember who you are, that you are a good dad, you are an incredible dad, and you are a brilliant father. Thank you for your service and your commitment and your dedication to still be around, taking care of your responsibilities.
Oh, I mean, she trying to make me cry on the air, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it. No, I'm just playing, but definitely you could hear them teardrops dripping over here in this recording, because I definitely appreciate the love and the sentiment. It's a lot to be a father. It's a lot to be a husband. It's a lot to be a man. But God calls us to be men. A good life calls you to be a husband. And, a privilege is to be a father, And I definitely want to say it is a privilege to, like I said, have this, even though my last name is Stewart, Michael Stewart-Isaacs. But definitely being a steward to really lead and shepherd children is important. It's a delicate process. Sometimes we're not going to always get it right, but you do your best to correct your mistakes. And that's the privilege privilege sometimes of being a father is that your children will always be there waiting for you to do better. And so any men out there that could do better, do better. If you, at the sound of my voice, if you ain't the father that you really desire because of whatever, trauma you may have had in your life, do better with your own children. Do better. That's all you can do. And if you made mistakes with them, don't have great relationships with their other parent or whatever, still do better. Every day you wake up, you get a chance to do better. So that's my little message to the men out there. But again, hats off to all you great men that are doing great things to be positive fathers in your children's lives. As we said, we celebrate FCC here at Sunday Stacks, family, community, and company. So get that mindset, and sometimes that'll kind of help direct why things should stack up for you week for week. And that's what we continue to empower people here with Sunday Stacks. So as always, we start our normal first segment off. We say to each other, how's it stacking? So Shemekka, how is it stacking for you? How's your week stacking up? I know you've been taking a tour around. What's going on?
Oh, this week has been amazing. I know we lifted up last week that we were stacking in the areas of heading to Boston, taking the I Am Brilliant tour on the road. I am appreciative of this opportunity that I got to be of service as a keynote to a group that was graduating from a health equity initiative after 18 months. And I just want to celebrate and lift up that my stacking was getting revelation out of a sunflower.
That is amazing.
Yes.
So break this down to me, because we've been talking about this, and y'all, she's been telling me this, what she put together a presentation. But I said, no, save it for the air. I want the audience to hear this. So break this down to us. What was going on?
So listen, the beautiful essence of the sunflower gives us at least 4 life lessons that we can go by. And what I shared in my keynote was the 4 life lessons of a sunflower, and that is to go deep, grow deep. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is to rise up. Lesson number 3 is to stand tall. And lesson number 4 is to follow the sun. And it was important for us to break down what that looks like from theory to practice. So we talked about tools, we talked about lived experience, we talked about where they were, how they saw themselves, where they were measuring up. But most importantly, to remember that no matter what, without any telling direction or access to additional support, sunflowers, when they grow to their fullest potential, their autonomic response is daily to follow the sun. Without command, they follow the sun. And so I left that room reminding people to, whatever your sun is, your North Star, your goal, your big, bold, audacious goal you have for yourself, your family, your community, or your company, stay focused on that. Stay focused on that sun and keep illuminating.
I love that. And just the energy of, sometimes using nature as an analogy to how we should be living as people is just such a beautiful thing to me, because sometimes we don't value the need for us to remember we're nature. We are nature people. So just thank you for these tips you've just given our audience to just really kind of shine a light on some of the work you've done this week in Boston with the I Am Brilliant tour, and just being a phenomenal keynote speaker to the world. For those who don't know, if you need to see some of what we've built, check out Shemekka's platforms on Shemekka Ebony on all platforms. Definitely, she puts out a lot of great content to visualize what we talk about when we say stacking up. Our social media kind of reflects a lot of that. So make sure you follow that. Again, like and subscribe here on YouTube. Check out all the major social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Check out Shemekka Ebony and get more information, see more of the visuals. And check out I Am Brilliant as well, too. I Am Brilliant, you are too. You'll see some more of the visuals of some of how it's been stacking up week for week. And that's what these are the visual components of Sunday Stack. So just want to let y'all know that.
Let's hear from you. How are you stacking this week? What has it been like for you?
Well, how am I stacking? Well, this week has been an amazing, phenomenal week. I mean, I'm full of energy. I'm pumped up. This week is stacking for me, of course, supporting the I Am Brilliant tour virtually as always, making sure that we keep things moving. We always are on the road and traveling. And this week, we also had an opportunity to tap into our home market of Raleigh, North Carolina. Shout out Raleigh, North Carolina. In partnership with the city of Raleigh, the different boards, school districts, state facilitators came together for what was the 25th Annual Small Business Expo, and it went down. It was an amazing experience. Let me say this again, the 25th Annual Small Business Expos. For all of those out there encouraging generational wealth and all these different things, it starts with small businesses. It starts with entrepreneurs. So we went to an event where it felt like a reunion, y'all.
It did.
It felt like a reunion because, here with our organization, I Am Brilliant, as a production company, as a movement, we've been going strong for 9 years, going on 10. And we have to also celebrate that this week was us kind of full circle with Sunday Stacks. We're celebrating 9 years from when we started on HBCU radio at St. Augustine's College. So there's so many historic things that happened this week. It was Mosaic Day for me. That was June 13th, where I was celebrating my 26th year in business. So again, let me rewind now. I was talking about being at the 25th Annual Small Business Expo here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I started in business as a teenager 26 years ago in Raleigh, North Carolina. So it was a full circle moment because it felt like seeing classmates in a reunion of sorts, to see people who I've come up with over the years being celebrated and honored as small business leaders, and knowing the parts that I've played in their life story and the things I've learned from them, and just watching everyone thriving. So when we talk about stacking up, it's not just about how we're stacking up individually. This is not about us. This is about a reflection of your own life. And having them goals play out, as well as showing up and networking and growing and supporting people you care about. And I think that's what I learned this week. How stacking up for me is how to step out and support people I care about. And even yesterday was phenomenal. Saturday, my sons had the opportunity to do one of their first performances as the Brilliant Bunch, where they do a STEM type of program and training. We do visual. They have their own YouTube channel, so check that out, The Brilliant Bunch. But my sons, Chi and Max, have been really studying how to be performers, but they really want to take their entertainment qualities and really start to teach kids about, science, math, technology. I mean, they're so passionate about those subject matters, and they had an opportunity to do an amazing bottle flip science experiment yesterday at this Juneteenth celebration by TMT Youth Foundation. They always are doing positive things in the community. They have a STEAM in the Capitol event. So they're always talking about STEAM type of opportunities for careers for children. And my sons got to be, a performer to show their talents in different experiments that they love to do. And these are things they do at home all the time, y'all. They sit here flipping bottles and doing all these different things. So it's just amazing to see them being able to be in front of an audience and show something that they do in private and really practice and love, and be able to grow it and really show the world who they are and some of the new things they want to show to the world, especially that TikTok generation. You know how that goes. Right. So
be sure, if you want to bring them to your youth group or your community group to really ignite a fire and a light bulb into the youth that you have, then don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit us in the DMs for sure. We are mom and pop managers to help cover them as they come into the business. And our kids are under 10 years old. And so we definitely are nurturing and stewarding them into what this next generation will grow and bring forth in their entrepreneurship journey.
So that brings us to our main topic of today, right? So as we checked in to see how things are stacking up, we always like to give you a main topic that centers the FCC model, which is family, community, and company. And so looking at that, our main topic today kind of reflects from what we experienced at the 25th Annual Small Business Expo, because going to this expo really made me realize that sometimes, you have such an effect on people, you don't even realize you're having an effect on them. And the things that you do in your career that are showing success, other people start to model it, and you really show why you did what you did to really create a new self-esteem within communities. And we were able to see the reflection of that in some of the things we saw within the Small Business Expo. That was a modeling of a lot of what we do as I Am Brilliant and how we chose to engage community. So it was amazing to see them choose to use our engagement style as a means of connecting with the audience and really using these themes as a building block to show the influence that I Am Brilliant is having on the world. So it's amazing reflection. And with that, the theme of that event was connecting dreams to resources. Connecting dreams to resources. So let's think about this from the FCC lens, connecting dreams to resources. So as we broke it down, we were able to do an event with our young kids. That's our family dynamic, right? And our sons want to be out here entertaining. They see all these YouTube channels and influencers, and they want to mimic these things. But we want to be, as the parents, very constructive in regards to how they produce content as well as what they're putting out in the world. So we chose STEAM and STEM projects because we also took some of their other creative talents and blended it. So now we're connecting their dreams with actual resources. We have cameras, we have different things that we utilize, we have microphones. So we make sure that we're empowering their development with every tool that we have available to us to connect their dreams to resources. So we ask you, how are you connecting your family's dreams to resources? One of the jokes we had when we started entrepreneurship and in business with startups, people always say, well, the first capital you get to start your business is friends and family capital, right? So, for us doing that for our young kids, right? Our sons DJ, we have so many things. We're always connecting any resource. We see, our co-parents connecting resources to the young kids so they have things that they can utilize so they can pursue out their dreams. And that's something we all should be striving to. You ever thought about that before? What's your thoughts on connecting dreams to resources in regards to, what we could do as community?
For me, when I see that from theory to practice, it's all about opening your mouth and sharing the vision, and then when you share it, write it down. Like to connect dreams to resources, we got to know what you're dreaming about. We got to know what you're imagining. And a few weeks ago when we had a dream board up at another STEAM event, it was very unique to see how challenging it was for a community to even take a moment to dream. It was like life has been life in so much that the chance or opportunity or the moment to dream again is getting taken and robbed because we're being distracted by so much. So when we look at how to connect resources, we got to get back to feeling safe to dream. And so connecting resources to that could be creating spaces where people can dream and imagine and begin to manifest again based on not only the resources that are within themselves with their own gifts, but the resources that are connected around them that you may not know there is a connection until we know what your dream is.
That's it. I love it. I definitely want to stay with this topic, but as we are looking to, build off of it and talk about connecting dreams to resources, I want to pivot a little bit and get prepared for our Whiz of the Week. Whiz of the Week. And we're going to stay focused on connecting dreams to resources because a lot of things happened this week when we think about the Whiz of the Week. There were so many things, some distractions, some kind of spread you out, but some of them are things you can't overstep. One of the things I want to connect to the topic of connecting dreams to resources was this week, Elon Musk was able to convince his Tesla shareholders to provide him a $52 billion pay package. Let me start that over, people. $52 billion pay package. So when I think about connecting dreams to resources, this is something I want to bring back full circle, y'all. As we look at these as headlines, we like to say ooh and ah to someone else for making their money. We got to start looking about how we take our inventiveness and the things that we have within our own lives when we think about company, right? And we're connecting the things that we imagine that the world needs, not just what we want in financial gain, but what does the world need? And what does the world need that you can provide that no one else can provide, right? It's something that I want to really connect with this connecting dreams to resources mindset. Because if one person can get paid that much just to put a bunch of cars out here that drive themselves or are plugged into somebody's battery.
That's $1 billion a week. I just want to emphasize that.
That's $1
billion a week. Some of us can't even get 100 a week.
Can't even get 100 a week. But this man has orchestrated a way to create $1 billion a week. So again, those out there who believe that they cannot get resources, because we look at the Fearless Fund, we look at all these different organizations that have been struck down over the last few years because they were trying to give small micro grants to organizations. We look at these bigger packages. Oh, this is justified. He deserves it. No one has a brain like Eli. But when smaller businesses run by phenomenal women who have great ideas, it may serve their community, but it may not be a large audience. Somebody believes that that idea isn't big enough, or that idea doesn't have the person behind it with the brain capacity to keep it sustained. We have to change this mindset, y'all. And we really have to work hard to really connecting dreams to resources. It's so important. And then our distractions, as we talk about the whiz of the week, we have people out here. How much is Young Thug spending on his attorney? Obviously, he don't got to pay much more for anybody out there listening to that whiz, where his attorney now about to sit in a jail cell with him.
You can't count those hours, man.
You can't count those hours, my friend. And I mean, think about the stuff that is happening in our world. So we have these things happening, pay packages of $1 billion a week. Thank you, Shemekka, for breaking that down for us. We always can appreciate understanding it in context. And Young Thug having to pay for an attorney who's about to sit in jail with him. This is America, y'all. We got a former president still going through multiple trials during an election season, and it's still leading the polls, y'all. And then we have these G7 leaders meeting, talking about how they dividing up money from Russia. This is the world we living in, y'all. One thing here at Sunday Stacks, while we bring you the Whiz of the Week and so many other great topics, is that we want you all to realize that this stuff out here is distracting y'all. And it's keeping you from a core focus of what we talk about week for week, of why us as an organization stack up, because we focus on our family, our community, and our company. We understand what's within our ownership capacity. We understand what's in our mental capacity, and we make sure that we do everything we can to make sure those environments are as pure and as strong as possible. And we encourage you all to do the same thing, because there will always be something in the greater world where we look at the macro world or the micro world in regards to economics, in regards to social behaviors that we may not always agree with, we may not always understand, we may not care to understand it. But here at Sunday Stacks, we're going to make sure you understand it at a different level of processing, that you are critical thinkers. I Am Brilliant as a team. We're a think tank, and we come up with new ways for people to see the world. And Shemekka, I mean, come on now. You took this tour somewhere amazing this week. I'm still basking in the fact that you have so much energy to continue to keep giving, y'all. This woman right here is just phenomenal in regards to what she's built. I want to celebrate her because, again, y'all, this is 9 years since Sunday Stacks, thus 9+ years in regards to the beginnings of I Am Brilliant, and all this echo that one young girl from Kinston, North Carolina was able to create.
Thank you.
I'm telling y'all, I have a phenomenal career. I've done some great things. I've had some ups and downs in life, but meeting Shemekka has been one of the best things that's happened to me. And I always tell her when she met me, she woke up a sleeping giant, y'all. I could have been out here in this ratchet world enjoying a ratchet life, but she done brought me to a whole nother level of higher up and, and getting myself together and really being someone that can be an example to men to really know what a Father's Day should feel like and look like. So again, shout out to the men for Father's Day. Understand what a man sound like. Understand what a man's supposed to do. He's supposed to speak up when he sees things not in the right context. And that's what we here trying to do to make it stack up for you at Sunday Stack. So we appreciate you, the listeners, for always just entertaining the conversation. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chats. Definitely leave comments. We want to connect with you all. Yeah, we'll follow you back. You follow us, subscribe to us. You tell us a good reason why we should subscribe to you, and we right back with you. We want to be reciprocity, people, reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? So we love you all. We appreciate you all for enjoying Sunday Stacks. You want to give some housekeeping in regards to how people can get more content from Sunday Stacks?
Yeah, check us out on YouTube, Sunday Stacks. You can go to sundaystacks.com. You can definitely make sure you download the Alive Podcast Network. If you like what you're hearing and you want to stay consistent, make sure you subscribe to our podcast there on that network, and you will get the exclusive before it hits the mainstream. So we release to our subscribers earlier than we do for our Sunday session. So thank you, and shout out to our existing subscribers, and we're looking forward to growing those numbers, and we want to grow with you. So shout out again to Alive Podcast Network for this new partnership as we brought in season 2 here, and we love our new home.
We love it. So as always, we just want to thank you again for tuning in. We will have another astounding episode for you next week. But again, reflect on how it's stacking up for you, and we look forward to you checking us out next week. Thank you for tuning in to Sunday Stacks. And as we always wrap up to say, I am brilliant and you are too. Again, shout out to the fathers. Happy Father's Day. We love y'all. Peace.